Tough times don't last. Tough people do. Welcome back to the Recovery Couch. And today we celebrate the 4th of July, not just as a nation, but as individuals who have tasted what it's like to fight for freedom on the inside, because independence isn't just about the battles fought in 1776. It's about the battles we fight every day against addiction, against shame, against the lies we've believed for far too long. This podcast was built on the idea that truth brings freedom. And today's episode is a reminder that tough times don't last, but tough people do. Before we dive in, I want to invite you to become a part of something bigger, the Recovery Couch Inner Circle, our brand new subscription community on Patreon. When you join, you'll get exclusive bonus episodes, monthly Q&A sessions with the host, me, Brandon Couch, behind the scenes access to everything happening as we prepare to release my book, Step 4, A Journey Through Addiction. And if you sign up between now and August 1st, you'll be locked in at just $20 a month for life. This is more than a podcast. It's a movement, and I'd be honored to have you in the fight with us. Now, let's get into today's message, because freedom, real freedom, always costs something. We'll get into it right after a word from our sponsor. This episode of the Recovery Couch is brought to you by JB Davis at Performance Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. For integrity service and unbeatable deals, ask for JB in Centerville and tell them the Recovery Couch sent you. Welcome back to the Recovery Couch. I'm your host, Brandon Couch, and today's episode is a little different. It's July 4th, Independence Day, and while a lot of us are lighting fireworks, flipping burgers, and enjoying the red, white, and blue, I want to take a minute to reflect on why we celebrate this day at all. This country wasn't founded by people who played it safe. This country wasn't built by men who wanted comfort or quiet compliance. This country was built by men who said, "Give me liberty or give me death." Let that sink in for a second. They would rather die fighting for freedom than live under tyranny. It's not just a quote. That's a mindset. That's a conviction. That's a line in the sand that says, I will no longer put up with the shit that you're trying to make me put up with, because it's not humane. And yet today we live in a society where you're considered mature if you just accept unfairness. Unfair wages, unfair systems, unfair courts, unfair taxes, unfair expectations. We've traded boldness for some sort of blind obedience. We don't raise our youth to be courageous and brave. We raise them to be compliant. We teach them to listen and obey, but we forget that the freedom we celebrate today was only made possible because people chose to stand and resist and fight for what's right. I don't want you to hear me and think that I'm promoting anarchy. I'm not promoting chaos. It doesn't mean rebellion for rebellion's sake. It means knowing what's right and being willing to fight for it to the death. You don't have to pick up a musket or stand on a battlefield to live with conviction today. But you do have to decide if you're going to be a passive passenger in a broken culture or a living example of what it means to be free. And I'm not just talking about national freedom. I'm talking about personal freedom. I'm talking about the same bravery that sparked a revolution over 200 years ago. I'm talking about that same fire that lives inside of you as long as you don't allow yourself to be blinded by the mess that people create. Every time you say things like, this addiction doesn't own me, or every time you stand up to injustice, every time you choose truth over comfort, you're walking in the footsteps of freedom fighters. So today, while you celebrate, remember this. Freedom isn't inherited. It's chosen. It's fought for. And it's never, ever free. I want to wish you a very sincere, happy Independence Day. Here on the Recovery Couch, we believe in liberty, not just from oppressive governments, but from the chains of addiction, from the chains of fear, from the chains of silence. I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for standing, and I want to thank you for remembering what this day is really about. I also want to encourage you to embrace other cultures. We're not alone in this world. We're one nation. We're under God. And being under God means that we should love and embrace every culture and every nation. I would love for this nation to be the example of that. Before we leave, I just want to remind you that tough times don't last, but tough people do. I want to bless you. I hope God blesses you. And most certainly, I hope God blesses America. This episode of the Recovery Couch is brought to you by Greg Swartz at Remax Victory and Affiliates. Whether you're buying or selling your home, Greg brings heart, hustle, and honesty to every deal. Call Greg at 937-477-8975 today. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. Thank you for sitting with us today on the Recovery Couch. Today we unpack the deeper meaning of freedom. How it's not just about what happened in 1776, but about breaking the chains of addiction, the chains of shame, and of fear. We talked about the cost of healing, the courage to stand up, and the power of truth. If this episode moved you, please consider joining the Recovery Couch Inner Circle on Patreon. It comes with bonus episodes and monthly Q&As. And don't forget my book, Step 4, A Journey Through Addiction, is coming this fall. Until next time, keep showing up and keep healing out loud. And remember, you always have a seat right here on the Recovery Couch.